introduction about IIT Madras Alumni Association. If you could throw some light for all of us about the history of IIT Madras Alumni Association, the kind of activities and initiatives you have at place, and what is the role of IIT Madras Alumni Association and its synergy with IITM, like the institute itself. So if you could share some thoughts on that.
Sure. So the IIT Madras Alumni Association itself was formed in the year 1964, and that's when the first batch of IIT Madras passed out, which was, so IIT Madras was formed in the year 1959, as we all know, and the BTech was 5 years at that time. So the first batch passed out in the year 1964. Since then, it's very interesting to see how IIT always knew, maybe they knew what it was, and the association was formed even at the first year itself. And actually, I think they had few professors who were in charge of taking care of what could be done. I don't think they really knew what that we might be sitting here today and talking big about it, but then they started it. Few professors in charge, and what they did mainly was just to maintain data of the people who passed out. They had the data. So when I say data, it is it used to be their the name and the address, and maybe a local phone number that very few had. So they knew their hometowns at least. So that's what happened. So that was going on for a very long time. And then in 1994 is when I think the world rose up to the whole thing of the Alumni Association being registered. I think a lot of regulatory bodies came in, and we were registered as an association of persons with registrar of societies. And that was the first year that an election was conducted. And the alumni took over. I think that was the best part of it. As I said, initially there were professors, and there were professor in charge of alumni associations. Then came the president, secretary, the roles and responsibilities. All this was what was formed in 1994. And it was completely run by the alumni since 94. And then communication started from then on to alumni. And I think thanks to technology developing, as we all know, during the early 90s. So that is when communication to alumni started. So how and what, I think we will see over the next few slides. And engagements started. So that is how the history of the Alumni Association has been. And over the years, of course, we have evolved a lot of it. And so when we evolved, and I think towards the things were going great, you were just doing some work. You just need to take a kind of a break and see where we are, and are we doing what they want? Is the association's vision aligned with that of? So I think when that question came is when we did a survey with our alumni, and so that's the result of that particular survey became our vision. Okay, so our vision was, when we came up to a vision where we understood what our alumni wanted the association to do, or what they expected out of the association was reconnect, engage, and impact. So that is why you would see those three words even, so that came to be incorporated into our logo also, where we said, this is what the association stands for. So we brought in our vision statement into the logo so that anybody looks at it at any point of time, it has to hit us. So some of the lessons that we learned from the survey, what they would like to do when we say reconnect, and what we do for reconnect, or what they want to do for reconnect, is they want to reconnect with their batchmates and with the institute. Okay, when we say batchmates, they want to meet their seniors, juniors, hostel. So they basically just wanted to get together with people whom they have interacted years back on campus. And that's when the reunions started taking a big shape. And reunions have taken a very different role also over the years. And then a lot of campus visits are being organized where people could come and get back. Department activities, a lot of alumni. So every department has its own day, and the alumni coming and participating in that has become very, very extensive. hostel days have become, every hostel night, we have alumni coming and participating in their hostel. So this is the kind of reconnect activity. So we were able to put in a lot of things there. And next, they wanted to engage. What kind of engagement? It was professional and personal development.
Mhm.
And once we started talking about that, our chapters played a big role in, I would say, both in reconnect and in the engage part of it.
Mhm.
And we or rather, when we looked at where our alumni was as part of the survey, we found that they were prominently in about 16 to 17 industries, predominantly. So there we started forming a special interest group for each of these. And those were, people come and they join that group, and they kind of discuss things that are very pertaining to that particular industry.
Mhm.
And as part of this special interest groups, there are a lot of knowledge sharing sessions which happen.
Mhm.
And now this knowledge sharing sessions is where we do it on webinars.
Okay.
Mostly this happens on webinars because naturally for the geographical reasons of how the alumni are from these various industries. And the other biggest engagement activity which has happened is the job opportunities. So we, in the job page that we have, we encourage all our alumni to post these opportunities that is there, and then we do a efforts with the alumni how they can apply for it. There's a lot of communications happening on that aspect. Mentoring is another very key activity or an initiative that is very close to all of us, is because we see a lot of startups coming up, a lot of people who are changing jobs, mid-level, mid-career questions they have, or somebody just asks a question as, should I take a break before I get into my MBA, or should I work? I have been in the finance industry for long. I would like to move to a technology. You think it's right, not right? So these kind of questions do pop up. And so we've got various buckets where we ask them to come and fill in. And then there's a lot of online, offline mentoring programs that happen. And apart from this, the other mentoring programs, and which comes under the impact part of it, which I will come to, we have initiatives to make a difference among the stakeholders and society as large. Okay, basically the association stakeholders are the alumni, the students, and the institute. So here more so the impact is where alumni come and offer mentoring, internship, and placements for students. Now when we say mentoring, here again we have a lot of professional advice they need. More so the PGs need a lot of help on the research that they're doing, and the entrepreneurship ecosystem is very strong here. So we've got multi-levels of entrepreneurial forums here. So somebody has just an idea, they walk into a particular facility which is called Nirman, which is just a seed. They just have an idea where they can come and just kind of create that, build on that idea. Now once they've built on that idea, we then they move to another body which is called C5, where they can create the prototypes. Now once they create this prototypes, from there, if it is a viable project that could be a go-to market kind of a product, move that into our incubation cell. Now in all these places, our mentors, our alumni mentors, play a large role. In fact, the C5 is very popular among the students and the alumni, that the alumni have funded, build a building of its own, and year on year money is being pumped in by our alumni to see that there are some of the best projects that come of it. To that extent that we had the Hyperloop, we were one of the Asia's only team that went to US for the Hyperloop. So all this was things that came up to it, and it was completely alumni funded and alumni mentored also. Now talking about that is to the students and giving back to the society at large. So we've started a initiative called Innovation for Bharat, which is something that anybody can go onto our website and have a look at it. And in this project of Innovation for Bharat, we have signed MOUs with government agencies which are working to create projects that benefits the society at large. And for this, we pay. So there is a fellowship that we offer where our alumni can become a fellow for this particular project, and they get a monthly stipend for it, a good money as a stipend for this. Now, this is open to IIT Madras and friends of IIT Madras. Yeah, so this is something that during I'll say we are with it. Currently now we are with the Tamil Nadu government for their e-governance, because they have a huge data available. So there's a lot of work to be done on a data analysis that needs to be done. And same thing with the Telangana government, we are doing something. And in Bangalore, we have the societal platform, is an initiative by Bill Gates and Nandan Nilekani, where they are working on a lot of water and a lot of projects like that. So those are some of the best things that have come out of this kind of initiative. Just to say that we are so this kind of a study helped us what to do. So we do only things that will fit into reconnect, engage, impact. Now, because every day we get a lot of queries, can we do this, can we do that? So we kind of assess whether it falls into what bucket. If it is not into reconnect, engage, and impact, we say no, we are not going to do this. So it became easy for us to decide which activity we are doing, which activity we are not doing. So that's what this kind of a survey and this kind of coming up with a vision statement helped us in a big way. Now, coming to where our relationship with IIT Madras has been, I think thankfully it's been really amazing, and it's only growing day by day as far as the relationship is concerned. And mainly because I think from the beginning, there has been a clear cut on what each offices would do. The mission is dedicated to alumni engagement and data management of alumni. And IITM is focusing on maybe fundraising from the alumni for projects of IIT. Okay, so if there is anybody who reaches out and says this, they would push it to the Alumni Association and say, because somebody would write to a professor and say, you know what, I would like to do the job. They say, no, this is something you have to go to the association. So there is a clear-cut earmark on what we are going to do.
As Alumni Association.
And what we do is very, very clear. And the way IIT Madras has recognized what we do as I would say that we do a lot of soft selling for their fundraising. In the sense that, if it's a good quality data that is managed, and then they have a good quality of alumni to reach out to. And what has happened is a lot of things on campus, we have made it very easy for them, because we've got guest houses, campus just for maybe for a walk. We have a very beautiful campus, 650 acres of so much of greenery. And so people who are in the city would always love to come in for a walk. So an alumni card that the association gives works as a walker's pass for their spouse. So they can also get a spouse card.
I see.
So the alumni and the spouse card there is no other walker's pass. And the alumni ID card stands good if somebody wants to, come to our guest house. So they cannot show their Aadhaar card or nothing. No other card will go. They have to show the alumni card. That's their ID if they are on campus. If they are to use the swimming pool facilities, the gymkhana facilities, the library facilities, any facilities on campus, if an alumni wants it, they have to show this card. So which means IIT in a lot of ways recognizes the association's alumni card, which means we are no different, regarded as a separate entity, because we are not under the direct administration of IIT, right? So we are a private organization. So yeah, that's what it is for now.
All right. So that's amazing to learn about the insights of IIT Madras Alumni Association.